Warning. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
If we were white, if we were Irish, if we were Jewish, if we were Poles, if we had, in fact, in your mind, a frame of reference, our heroes would be your heroes too. Nat Turner would be a hero for you instead of a threat. Malcolm X might still be alive. And everyone is very proud of brave little Israel, a state against which I have nothing. I don't want to be misinterpreted. I'm not an anti-Semite. But when the Israelis pick up guns, or the Poles, or the Irish, or any white man in the world says, give me liberty or give me death, the entire white world applauds. When a black man says exactly the same thing, word for word, he is judged a criminal and treated like one, and everything possible is done to make an example of this bad nigger so there won't be any more like him.
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, how are you guys doing today? How is everything going? Salute, shalom to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here today. We got some things to talk about. Now, we all know the cooning and buffooning Charleston White be doing. That's nothing new to any of us. We've seen it on full display. But apparently something must have happened within his little puppet realms that he didn't like, because now he didn't went a full 180 on his opinion when it comes to our young brother Carmelo Anthony. And we're going to get into it. We're definitely going to get into it because it needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. But first, got to do what we always do. Give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Shalom, B1 certified, B1 salute. Much love to our sister Hurricane Nisi in the building. Aquarius Minded, salute to you, my sister. Thank you for being here. Azaria Ben Yuda, shalom and salute to you, family. Rashad Wallace, Andrea Jones, Quasi Black Star. Let's see here. Black RU, Reparations Nation. Patricia A. Jones, Jesse Paris. Hurricane IQ. We up next, aka a brother DSB, the dark-skinned brother in the house. Mr. McLibtar. Salute to you, family. And salute to everybody who is not in the chat. Salute to everybody who'll be seeing this on the replay game. Also, B1 salute to our sister, Miss Nisi. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. Your contribution is always greatly appreciated. And I truly, truly thank you in every way. All right, family. We can't just jump into talking about the apology, the so-called apology, before we get up in there and give a little refresher of the type of person that Charleston White is and has been. Let me go here, family. Let's start her out.
Before Mexican,
even Africans and like Nigerians say crazy shit about African Americans.
Yeah, nobody rock with us but white American, huh?
But what is it about us though that makes us the most hated?
We're disrespectful. We're arrogant.
Loud.
We have an ethnocentric ideology belief as if we're better than everybody because we think we were the first.
We think we're old.
Yeah. We're entitled.
Yeah.
We're lazy.
Family. You know where I gotta go with this.
We? We.
I don't know who he talking about. It don't sound like foundational Black Americans. And I don't know who this dude is he's sitting in front of. But he sounds like an antagonizer. He sounds like somebody who is not foundational Black American, and he's getting Charleston to say things that he want to say himself. And that's why when he started naming things that he feel we are, the host decided to toss in a couple himself. Let's run that back.
We're arrogant.
Loud.
We have an ethnocentric ideology belief as if we're better than everybody because we think we were the first.
We think we're old.
Yeah. We're entitled.
Yeah.
We're lazy. When you get on the job with most Black people, everybody look at them and say, man, we don't work as hard as other people. So it's obvious why they don't like us. Just look around on your job.
We don't work hard as other people. Really? This is what I've been saying this for a long time. If you listen to Charleston White, you need to get your head checked. Period. I'm not, there's nothing else to say about it. If you listen to Charleston White and anything that he has to say, you need to get your head checked. Salute to Cooking with Miss D. Thank you for being here, family. And my brother DSB on this other page. Salute to you. Shalom to you, family.
We the loudest. We come in. If we having a bad day, we go tell them off. We ain't taking what we're not gonna put up with. And we're not the brightest. We're not. We used to be at the front of the pack. I'm in the 60s and the 50s. We're not the brightest anymore. And we ain't the strongest and the toughest like we think we are. That's why the white boys got into UFC and started kicking their ass.
Us as Black people, do we have any allies?
Family, I don't know if you watch the UFC. I rarely watch it. I watch it every once in a while. White folks don't be kicking nobody's ass like that. I don't care who they are unless they're kicking each other's ass. They don't be on there kicking, just outright kicking Black folks' ass. That's bull stuff. I believe so. And we're going to touch on that in a little bit. I believe he is being paid to be a Sambo.
Do we have a race that
white people?
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
If you're a patriotic Black person, a white person will be your best friend. If you're patriotic. If you're a patriotic Black person, white people will be your best friend. You see that, nigga? Nigga, Ku Klux Klan sent me that from Stone Mountain, Georgia. You think I'm bullshit? The Ku Klux Klan sent me that. Look at that address.
Wow. Y'all, this is real. I can't put it on camera.
No, look at that address. Where'd that come from? The headquarters.
Memorial Drive.
The motherfucking headquarters.
Conservative. Wow. How they find you?
They've been putting my address online forever. They sent that to the main house.
Did you ever go to the main house?
Yeah. Because I understand. Homie, who else teaches us how to read?
What the hell is this man talking about? Salute the Retro Gemini 99. Thank you for being here, family. What the hell is this dude talking about? White folks never taught us how to read. What the hell is this man talking? We have to teach ourselves how to damn read. Salute to Casey Malone and AO. Thank you both for being here, family. This is the coon. This is the shenanigans that we've been seeing from this dude for a long time. For a very long time.
No other race would teach us their language. No other ethnicity group would teach us their language. White teachers taught us how to read and was fair to all of us for the most part, no matter what their prejudice or ideology was.
White teachers taught us how to read. I could have swore they were killing slaves because they was reading. To be literate was a criminal offense here in America. As a Black American, to know how to read and to be literate could get you unalived. What the hell is this man talking about?
So most don't know how to read if it wasn't for a white school.
So you think white people, if you're patriotic, white people will rock with you before Hispanic will?
Yeah.
Family, this is Charleston White.
This is the actual nightstick from the police officer that was found not guilty that broke Rodney King's knee. I got it off East Bay. Rodney, stop resisting! Stop resisting! This is the stick.
This is Charleston White.
Keep Antoine Doolittle in jail. The parole board is not ready for him to be released. I don't think the victim family want him to be released either. He killed somebody. I wasn't the man to pull the trigger. So it was easy for them people to forgive me and to release me. I handed him the gun and instructed him to shoot Mr. Levy. He shot Mr. Levy. We drove away laughing. I made everybody laugh, you know, being the comical guy that I am, not really having a full understanding and concept what we had just done. Antoine Doolittle do not have no remorse for killing that white man. And listen, me and Antoine Doolittle, we was never friends anyway. That's the first time me and that. Naturally, I'm the youngest, so of course I'm gonna tell it. Yeah, me and my mama had money. They mama was poor. Antoine Doolittle had a court-appointed lawyer. I had Carl Mallory, one of the baddest motherfucking lawyers in the goddamn motherfucking Texas motherfucker. Carl Mallory was a bad motherfucker. Antoine Doolittle mama was on drugs. See, one time I spent the night at Antoine Doolittle house when I ran away from home. I seen that nigga slam his grandmama fingers in the door. Man, I knew that nigga was a bullshit nigga then. So.
Salute to our sister Cooking with Miss D. The black community should cancel his ass. I'm gonna be honest with you. We can't cancel something we never rocked with in the first place. We can't cancel something that we never rocked with in the first place. Ever since I first heard about this dude, Charleston White, and whenever I've heard this man talk, I've said the same thing about this dude. Oh, he's COINTELPRO. He's definitely an agent of white supremacy. Whether he was speaking good about black Americans or speaking bad about black Americans, he was being paid to do so. In my eyes, I believe that this dude is an agent. A very well-paid one, too. This is also Charleston White.
O Block, come on out. Where them O Block niggas at? Y'all come on out. Where you at, O Block? Where you at, nigga? Give me back my motherfucking chain. Where you at, nigga? Bitch ass nigga, where you at? Yeah. Come on. Come on. Yeah, come on, nigga. Bring your bitch ass on out here if you want to. I dare you. Fuck your block, nigga. Nigga, I knocked the arm off the Statue of Liberty. Fuck you. O Block, come on out.
I played those, family. One-eyed midget. I played those, family, because I wanted to just make sure for those who don't know, and I'm not saying you guys, whoever might check this on the replay or whatever the situation may have you, I wanted to make sure that we reminded people exactly who he is. So when he came out saying things like this about Karmelo, nobody was surprised and nobody took him seriously, because we know in our heart of hearts that this man is an agent of white supremacy. Exactly. Theatrics. But the fact of the matter is, somebody else said it here. Performative Samboing. Shout out to our sister Aquarius Mining, because that's exactly what it is. This dude is a performative type person, and he has to be paid in order to perform. Oh, no. When you're a performative person, when you're not getting those ducats put in your hand, the performance isn't going to come. No. You're going to wait until those ducats hit your hand to perform. You're going to jump on stage once you're paid in full. So when we sing this and then heard what he said about Karmelo, it was no surprise to us that he said that. It was no surprise because clearly there was a bunch of us standing up for our brother. And so they wanted to send out their performative coon in order to combat what we were saying, as if one black person versus another black person kills each of their credibilities. But the problem is, in the black grassroots, our credibility is strong here. Our credibility is strong here. So when you put us up against another black face who has no credibility, we automatically shut them down. We shut down everything that they're saying because of the fact they have no credibility. That's why people keep trying to come to us and bring us nonsense, trying to get us to change our minds, trying to get us to ride for other people. Nobody else has the credibility that the black grassroots has. Let's be very clear about that. So when he was saying this, we understood why.
You cannot bring a weapon to school.
Yeah.
So you can't say I was
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense, because if you are afraid the day before, well, you have to take a weapon to school, why not notify your parents? Parents, you notify the school teacher. School teacher that's bringing these kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution. We was taught in homes that has morals and values, you tell the teacher. Somebody fucking with you, you tell the teacher. Let the teachers know, so when y'all have an altercation, you're cleared and you're covered.
How would he do that when they don't go to school together? Charleston? I'm just asking. If they don't attend the same school, how would he go and tell the teacher on somebody? Better yet, if he got permission to go and sit under those damn tents by somebody who works for the school, isn't that the same thing? Maybe he's not telling the teacher, but he was given permission to be somewhere and someone accosted him. Let's be very clear what's going on here. Salute, Brother Reef. Thank you for being here, family. Shalom to you.
Documentation beats conversation. So word to documentation to say this is self-defense. It's a premeditated crime because you took a weapon in fear.
First and foremost, it's not a premeditated crime. It's legal to carry knives in Texas. It is 100% legal. But another thing, you didn't take the knife with intentions to go and unalive somebody. That's what premeditation is. If I premeditate, that means instead of catching hands with this dude that wanted to catch hands with me down the street, I say, wait right there. And I go and get a knife. I come back and I stab him in the chest. That's premeditated. If I just so happen to have a knife on me and someone attacks me and I pull the knife out and I stab him, that's not premeditated. See, this is what they were doing. They were trying to go around and basically skew what the definition of premeditation is. And they also tried to put a lot of emphasis on him taking a knife to school as if they were on campus, one. Two, as if he knew this was going to happen, and so he decided to take a knife. And so he was paid to come out here and try to spread more arrogance and ignorance. That's what it was. It was arrogance and ignorance. More ignorance than arrogance, but you have to be arrogant as hell to think that you're telling the truth speaking this ignorance, when all you have to do is look it up. What premeditated means. Salute to Tater Man. Thank you for being here, family, as well as Willie McKinley. Thank you for being here, family, as well as DJ Black 909. Shalom to each and every one of you, family, and thank you for being here. But that's what it was. They were trying to spew what the definition of premeditated is. Also, salute and shalom to our family, Opal Ivy. Thank you for being here, family. Oh, yeah. Ignorance with arrogance is a terrible combination. A terrible combination.
Anticipating to use it.
That was premeditated, though.
And it's at a track meet. You getting ready to run track with other kids and you got a knife on you. No, man, you got to go to jail.
So since he was at a track meet and he had a knife on him, he got to go to jail. Context is everything when speaking about cases like this. You can't just say, oh, well, he was at a track meet, he had a knife, he needs to go to jail. No, because it's not illegal for him to have a knife. 1, 2, what happened at that track meet that forced him to pull said knife? Charleston? There's like a whole laundry list of things that you need in order to prove what you're saying is correct. When all you have to do is hear what happened from the brother's own mouth, the twins' own mouth, what came out of his own mouth, and you can deem and determine that it's self-defense. Salute to Wild Williams. Thank you for being here, my brother.
You got to go.
All right, so that was what he said, and we wasn't surprised. Like I said, when you're paid to be a coon, you're going to walk out there in your shiniest tap dancing shoes, and you're going to get out there, and you're going to tap all over the damn floor. I'm not surprised by that. You get what you pay for. They paid him very well. My question is, what happened in the little bit of time from this interview to now that made him say, you know what, I'm going to hit a complete 180. He says it was him meeting the father. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if the father will come out and corroborate that, but I don't know if that's true, to be honest with you. You know, I said this in our brother Tori and Rain, he did a video, and it was talking about the Carmelo Anthony situation and how people was running around here saying they saw the tape. And Torian had already did like a reel when it first dropped, that the tape had dropped or whatever. He had already did a reel talking about watch these people come out acting that like they saw the tape and all this other stuff. So that's basically what the premiere was about. It was basically about those same people coming out and doing exactly what Torian said they were going to do, which was basically try to make it seem like they saw the tape and is unequivocally placing Karmelo as the aggressor. On that video, I said then, I left a comment that the Carmelo Anthony's family, the Anthony family, needs to get a lawyer and sue these people. Everybody that's pushing that propaganda saying that he did this, he did that, because that's a form of libel. Not only that, they can sue because all of these people are hindering a fair trial. They're spreading information that was not released to the general public. They're spreading false information as if it was. That's hindering a fair trial. And that is a form of libel. They can be sued. And if I was the Anthony family, I would do so. I would start putting cease and desists on everybody. Because you can sit here and say that you have sources, but when none of these people have released any information to the general public, then that's a problem. That is absolutely a problem. So I don't know if Charleston caught one of those threats to have, legal step in and take care of some situations. That may be a situation. It may not. I'm just being hypothetical. That would make more sense to me with him doing the full 180 if he got threatened with a lawsuit than just out of nowhere hearing the same story from not just the father, but he heard the same story that the father told him from the black grassroots. So nothing has changed in between the conversation. Maybe the father had a little bit more information than we have, but it wouldn't change the narrative that we've been speaking on. It's self-defense. That's what it is. And for him to work so hard to say it wasn't self-defense, only to turn around and do a full 180, there's something amiss. There's something on the horizon that we didn't see. Salute to our sister Mia Kim. Thank you for being here, family. Now let's get into this so-called apology.
Since I said that, I want to take the time to apologize to Carmelo Anthony's family.
Before we continue that real quick, family, let me know if y'all can hear the volume on the clips, because some of the clips I watched over the last live of the Essence mess, and some of the clips, even though they were turned all the way up, they seem really low versus other clips in that same live that sounded just perfect. So let me know if something is a little too low. I got everything turned up to my knowledge. I'll try to make sure that it's turned up if not.
Man, I was all the way wrong about that kid. I was all the way wrong about that kid, homie.
Yeah, he was just indicted.
I was all the way wrong about that kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly. I had opportunity to talk, piece him up. He go beat these charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school.
Salute KK Speaks in the building. Salute to you, family. Real killers as well. Salute to you, family. And there was somebody else I saw jump up in here that got away from you. Give me a second here. Buka Buck. I hope I said your name right. Salute to you. Shalom. Thank you for being here, family.
So I'm taking knife to school. Fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over there with him because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side, one of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around. The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around. The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been an abusive father.
Salute to our sister Mia Kim. You drive safely, family. We want you safe and sound. Safe and sound. Now, family, out of everything this man is saying, what's different from what we were saying in the black grassroots? What is different than what we were saying in the black grassroots? We explained all of these situations. from the brothers attacking him, them being hundreds of pounds bigger than, 100 pounds or more bigger than him, them crowding him and trying to harass him, all of that. The father not being in the home and being an abusive person, as well as a, womanizer. I'm not going to say the word. An assaulter, let's put it like that. What did he say different? Basically, it just feels like he was listening to us and then said, well, I talked to his daddy. Salute Sugar Bear, and I am Kiera in the building. Salute to the both of you. Thank you for being here. Exactly. They attacked him. He defended himself. Simple and plain. Same thing we've been saying. All of a sudden, Charleston, his heart then grew 5 sizes. The Most High saw fit to help his heart grow 5 sizes large. To where he understands now.
He ain't even been in their life. So he just come and get in the light. He just come and get in the light. So he a low down dirty cracker. His sons are bullies. They bullying on the kid. They no, because he black. Get from up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere.
Didn't we say the same damn thing? This man's rendition of the situation is the exact same thing that we've been saying in the black grassroots since the situation happened. We didn't heard it from the twins' mouth himself, and we deemed it the way we deemed it. And it took whatever it took. And yeah, KK, I'm gonna be honest with you. It may be some ABK going on that made him switch this way. It may be some ABK that made him switch another way. Also, shalom and salute to our family, our sister Lemonade. Thank you for being here. The Hispanic boy that got jumped just got off. And what? Oh yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that later. I'm gonna have to look into that. Thank you for letting me know that. But yeah, everything that he's saying here, he ain't saying nothing new. He ain't giving any new revelations, nothing. So my question would be, what was it that made you do a full 180? Now, let me also say this too, family. It's okay for people to change their minds. I reserve the right to change my mind once I receive new information. Problem is this. He's not saying anything that's new. He couldn't have received new information because everything that he's telling us right now is the same thing we've been saying in the black grassroots for how long now? Salute to Hudson Hayer. Thank you for being here, family.
And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong cracker. He should have killed both of them.
Family, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I agree with that, but I'm going to say I don't not agree with that. If that was the situation, if they both, hey, if he needed to, then yeah. But the fact of the matter is, the fact that he didn't shows you that he was just trying to protect himself. He stabbed one and got gone. He stabbed one and then got gone. So that should show you that he wasn't just over there trying to be the aggressor and just poke people. No. He was trying to protect himself.
He should have killed both them Peckerwoods.
That's what a bloodthirsty person would have done.
With a that's minding his motherfucking business, that don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they trying to make it about race. No, it ain't about race. Justice was served when he killed that cracker. Self-defense. And the reason I say that is anybody can go see the video. Why do you think the media outlets ain't promoting to go see this video? You can go up to the school to see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty. But because it's in an all-white town in Crackerville, and they done made it about race, whoever Sarah Fields is, Sarah Fields, you a rotten motherfucker. And if I just had some time, I would put an army behind this family, but I ain't got time.
Listen to what this man just said. Salute to Aquarius minded. It's not a retirement plan for cooning. Exactly. There's no retirement plan. There's no 401k. There is no stock options in cooning at all. Casey Allison, ring a bell? Exactly. Exactly. But listen to what this man is saying. If I had time, I put an army behind this family, but I ain't got the time. Family, we put out a call to put funding behind the family so that they could have protection, so that they could have a fair trial. This dude is talking about putting an army up behind somebody, but he don't have the time. Let me explain something to you. If you got an army, you wouldn't need the time. Do you understand what I'm saying there, family? If I got an army, I don't need to have time to send the army to protect somebody. If you got the goons, then send the goons. You may not have physical time, but the goons work for you. Send the goons. Miss me. Miss me with the nonsense, Charleston. If I had time, I'd put an army behind this family. Dude, what has time got to do with putting an army behind a family if you got an army? If I'm in Watts and something pop off, I make a phone call and my cousins are coming out of each and every location that you can see in Watts. Every crevice, every nook, every cranny. You're going to see purple flags, burgundy flags, blue flags, black flags. Let's be very clear about that. So when a person says some nonsense like, if I had time, I put an army behind them, that's bull stuff. You're trying to make yourself look bigger than you actually are. Salute my sister Priscilla Taylor. Thank you for being here, family.
It's supposed to be an army because Sarah Fields and the father and somebody who works for the court have been releasing Carmelo Anthony's family information to Sarah Fields. She's been putting it online and the white folk been going. So they've been having to move.
Ninja, we've been telling you the same damn thing. You're not saying anything new to us. Not one thing that came out this man's mouth, pause, is anything new that we didn't already know about the case. The facts of the case have not changed. And while we were sitting out here discussing these same facts, we had people like you going against the black grassroots.
All those lies made up, homie, they can't even get the GoFundMe money. So they can't even touch the Go. So they just trying to smear campaign, but that's what the cracker do.
Oh, no. Hold up. We ain't about to sit here and just allow you to just say that and we're going to walk right past it. Wasn't you the one that was just talking about it was the cracker that taught us how to read? Was it family? Wasn't he just the one saying that it was the cracker who taught us how to read. The Nabisco is our best friend if we're patriotic. Wasn't that just him? Oh, we're not going to sit here and play that game. All of a sudden, it's crack of this, crack of that. But a few clips ago, you was talking what? Praise of White Zaddy. As long as you patriotic, the white man will be your best friend. The Klan sent me that statue over there. The Klan sent me that statue. Wasn't that just you? Matter of fact, I'm not even. No, we're not going to do it. We're going to go back here. No. Nope.
That's why the white boys got into UFC and started kicking ass.
Us as black people, do we have any allies? Do we have a race that
white people?
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
If you're a patriotic black person, a white person will be your best friend. If you're patriotic. If you're a patriotic black person, white people will be your best friend. You see that, nigga? Nigga, Ku Klux Klan sent me that from Stone Mountain, Georgia. You think I'm bullshit? The Ku Klux Klan sent me that. Look at that address.
Wow. Y'all, this is real. I can't put it on camera.
No, look at that address. Where'd that come from? The headquarters.
Memorial Drive.
The motherfucking headquarters.
Conservative. Wow.
So you can't tell me that's what the Nabisco do when you're sitting here literally glazing the Nabisco like he's a donut. Glazing him. Miss me with this nonsense. That's what the cracker does. But you surely sitting up here talking about he's our only ally. It was the Nabisco that taught us how to read, as if they wasn't unaliving us for knowing how to read. As if they wasn't lynching us, putting those pictures of the lynchings on Polaroid and postcards and sending them all throughout the United States. But this is what the cracker do. When I say you got to be out of your rabbit ass mind to be listening to somebody like this, that's what I mean. And that's why it's important for us to have the new black media to call out nonsensical nonsense like this and people like this, the Sambos like this, the Coons like this, the Tezes like this, the Nabiscos like this. Because they damn sure will try to make it seem like you got a shorter memory than you actually have. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button because we getting in on this.
Boy, I wish I could go back to when I was saying the type of shit. Boy, I wish they could have caught me 3 years ago when I was really on my let's go get the cracker shit.
Another hypothetical. Boy, I wish they would have got me 3 years ago when I was really on my go against the cracker shit. Why do they have to get you 3 years ago if you can be on that right now? That's my question. He just did the same thing as he just did a few minutes ago where he said, if I have the time, I'll put a whole army behind the family, but I ain't got the time. This is what this idiot is doing. He's sitting here trying to make himself look all rowy, but the actions don't match the words. And every action that we see from you don't match the words. Salute to I Am Kiera. They took away our language and gave us theirs. Is he slow? That eyeball would say so. Certainly, yes. I would assume that eyeball would say yes. He is incredibly slow. But it's not just the eyeball, the Uncle Ruckus talking points. We got a real life skinny boy Uncle Ruckus right here. He's what Uncle Ruckus would look like if he came from the Sudan.
But homie, homie, I wish I ain't got that spirit no more. So I'm saying, why black people ain't rallying around this family as they tried to rally around in the beginning? They are threatening this family. Homie, they keep having to move.
But how do you don't just lose the spirit, bro? It's either you got it or you don't.
No, you do lose it. You do lose it.
So you sold out.
No. You lose it. Everybody loses.
So now he's saying he ain't got that fight in him. Everybody loses the fight. Nigga said, so you sold out. No. I didn't sell out. You just lose it. You can't lose what you never had. It ain't never been attached to you. It ain't never been attached to you. But family, it would have just been, I'd have just left it there. I wouldn't even spoke about this if it didn't get juicier than this. It didn't got juicy. Now, here in the black grassroots, a lot of folks tend to think that we concentrate on everybody else's situations, and we really don't. We call out situations that pertains to us. But when the situations start with us, and then it hits to the other side of the fence, oh, we definitely going to watch where the ball goes. And so Charleston didn't just come out with this apology. Charleston went on a whole tirade, 3, 4, 5 videos explaining him being bamboozled, him being hoodwinked, him being led astray. Let's go here.
I got all the facts of the case. So
before we even start, first thing he said, I got all the facts in the case. Well, why didn't you go and get all the facts in the case before you opened your mouth the first time, Charleston? It's because you were being paid to take away the benefit of the doubt from the young brother. It's because you were being paid to push a narrative, because it's easy to go get the information and the facts of the case before you open your mouth and spew a bunch of anti-black toxicity against the young man who did nothing but protected himself. So now all of a sudden you got all the facts in the case. You should have took the due diligence and got all the facts in the case like the new black media did. You should have pulled up the interview of the brother. You should have read the damn police report. And you should have took those things into account. But you didn't. You went out engaging in spreading propaganda. Because that's what it was. You were engaging in spreading false information, propaganda, in order to make this young man look guilty for something he had to do.
I got all the facts of the case. So there's a video that's been released by Frisco Independent School District, because this is public information. And if you want to see this video, you can go up to Frisco Independent School District and see this video. That's why Sarah J. Fields and Austin Metcalf dad, and now they've drugged the mom, man, but they're trying to debunk people from going to see the video. Why do you think Sarah J. Fields, she released the indictment before anybody had the indictment, and she got a woman fired? Because they're using a new Jim Crow systematic tactic where they got the people inside the courts, they got the people inside, and they're working against the Carmelo Anthony family on behalf of Sarah J. Fields, because she's a precinct chair and she's threatening to use her power from her precinct chair, I think District 30, to get people unelected and get people elected if they don't go against this case. So she's trying to use political power to influence and persuade this case. That is what Sarah J. Fields has partnered with Austin's family in trying to do. The mom wasn't too much in it. The mom's really been grieving. Austin, Jeff Metcalf has been playing for the camera because he's been an absent father who abused the mom, and he think he can get back in with mom, and mom doesn't want anything to do with Jeff. That's why you don't see them standing in the camera together like you see the Carmelo Anthony's family doing.
Salute to Drew Laston. Thank you for your Cash App donation, family. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution, family. Okay. All right. So we got that information. Sarah Fields, and we already know Sarah Fields has been out there spreading a lot of the information, and that was one of the people that I said the family should actually go after for spreading false information and libel. Yeah, so he's speaking about her. Same woman that was calling out the Alexander guy. Understandable. That's the person. Also, salute to our sister Aquarius Minor. She said only a face of mother could love. I don't think a mother would love that face. I think that face would be given away. She'd probably drop it off at the firehouse if she saw that face come out of her. Let's be 100. Let's continue.
So let me stick to the case, to the facts, right? So Sarah has a lady who works for the Collin County courts who just lost her job, who released the indictment before anybody had this. So for whatever reason, Sarah is getting all this information, and she's coming to misconstrue the information, and she's giving out misinformation and false information. Number one, the family has not touched the GoFundMe money. GoFundMe froze the money because the lawyers are trying to get the money. The lawyers are trying to get the money, not the family. It's the lawyers. The first group of people came through with civil rights lawyers trying to play for a civil rights lawsuit as if this was a police shooting. That's why they went with the race card. Biggest mistake they could have made. First mistake I told them they made, playing a race card. Now the white people was waiting for black people to play the race card. Now they're playing the race card in ways that we can't see. It's called racism. It's hidden in the fabrics. It's embedded in the fabrics of the design of America. So it's not.
Family, this man sounds completely different than this dude.
Have a race that
white people.
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
If you're a patriotic black person, a white person will be your best friend. If you're patriotic. If you're a patriotic black person, white people will be your best friend. You see that, nigga? Nigga, Ku Klux Klan sent me that from Stone Mountain, Georgia. You think I'm bullshit? The Ku Klux Klan sent me that. Look at that address.
Wow. Y'all, this is real. I can't put it on camera.
No, look at that address. Where'd that come from? The headquarters.
Memorial Drive.
The motherfucking headquarters.
Conservative. Wow.
Now, he sounds a whole lot different, don't he?
Was waiting for black people to play the race card. Now they're playing the race card in ways that we can't see. It's called racism. It's hidden in the fabrics. It's embedded in the fabrics of the design of America. So it's not blatant. You can't see it. It's hidden. Like somebody in Collin County courts who has a job to feed their family are releasing private information to a known, not a law enforcement, which is Sarah J. Fields. That's the first mistakes that's happening in this case. These are adults that's doing this. These are not, this was a children's problem, a children's issue. The adults have gotten in and made it hateful, ugly, and racist.
Family, shout out to Aquarius Mind. I heard the family was asking for more donations. I'm wondering if that's true. If it is, I don't really care because they can't touch the money in the first place. They've been sitting here trying to get money for a proper legal defense, for proper protection and things like that. And the money's tied up right now, to be honest with you. So if they are asking for more money, it's probably because of the fact that they're pulling out of their own pockets in order to do things. So it's probably just 9 times out of 10 reimbursement.
And this is about right or wrong. This is clearly about right or wrong. This isn't about race. The adults have came in and made it about race. You don't hear no children online talking and fighting and going back and forth about this case. It's all hateful-hearted adults. It's not children. It's all hateful-hearted adults online bickering, going back and forth, spewing hate over an issue over children. And none of them was there. All the adults with opinion.
You know what, Sharon? Shout out to you. You're right. This is drug addict talk right here. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you know, me coming from LA, I've heard a lot of crackheads in my life speak, and I've heard a lot of drug addicts speak. And the fact of the matter is this: they will say one thing, and then they will turn on as soon as they're high, they're talking about something totally different, like it never happened. Or excuse me, as soon as the high come down, they talking about something totally different in the manner. When they high, they talking about how the ducks ran up on him and tried to kick him in the shins and all kind of stuff, and he had to fight off ducks, and then he sober up, and you were like, man, so how many ducks did you have to fight? What ducks? I ain't never talked about no damn ducks. So yeah, shout out to you. That's that crackhead babble. That's what meth babbling. We don't know what Charleston is on. He might keep some of that glass inside of his glass eye. You are right. Yeah, his plug. Love when Charleston goes viral. That's a payday guaranteed. Real stuff. Real stuff. The crack is wearing off. That's exactly what's happening. He has to come down to reality. That's what it is. It's all wearing off, and he got to snap back into reality. The psychoses is wearing off. I bet he do. I bet he do. Yep, crackhead med babble blues. That's exactly what it is.
None of them was there. So Sarah, let's tell the truth. Jeff, let's tell the truth. You even said in an interview, but you're talking too fucking much online, Jeff. You're talking too much online, Jeffrey Metcalf. And you're partnering with someone who wasn't there. And it's clearly she's a hateful hearted. And by the way, Sarah, we have your background as well. You said Dominique Alexander's a horrible person, and he is. And you once were too, Sarah. You used to smoke meth. You was a meth addict whore.
Damn! How would you know that, Charleston? Were you at the parties with her? Okay, let's continue.
So don't try to get cleaned up in the Republican Party and hide behind this conservative shield as if you once was a liberal whore, getting high, selling your cunt for meth. So come on, Sarah. Don't play like you're just so high and mighty. Jeff, you're a woman beater. You used to beat your wife. Your kids heard it. They saw it. You had anger issues, Jeff. Guess what? Your two big boys did too. They had very anger issues. And from what's been reported about Austin and his twin brother, they've been kicking ass since elementary. They've been bigger than most children. Not only that, they are trained experts in jiu-jitsu. Why isn't the media reporting this?
Because people like you gave cover to those young men or to those young devils. That's why. That's why they're not reporting on what they should be reporting on, because people such as yourself has given cover to people like them. And now you didn't have some goddamn change of heart. I don't know why. But now you're asking the questions that you should have been asking when it first happened. That's it. Salute the hurricane. He needs to sit down for the rest of his life. Exactly. Stay in that seat and don't get up. Be a paraplegic. Stay seated. Salute to KK Speaks. It must be your money because it ain't your face. Tip drill. Dang. Oh. Pow, 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 pow. Shots fired. God dang. That was a good one. Oh, hell. Yeah, he sounds white now, literally. That's one thing he did do. Look, no, that was a damn good one right there. I was not expecting that one. That was a damn good one. It must be the money because it ain't your face. Tip drill. Oh, geez. So then he gets back into it. He gets deeper. Let him go deeper.
This is white people's George Floyd, by the way. Austin Metcalf is white people's George Floyd. He really died of a fentanyl overdose because the.
So now, Austin Metcalf, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Nabisco's George Floyd. Now that you got the memo, let's continue.
Thompson said he had fentanyl in the system. Steroid use. He was just cycling off because he's off of football, but during football season, Austin is steroid nut buddies. His dad said they excelled in every sport. So with their physical abilities and capabilities and strength, based on what they teach you in the license to carry classes, the CHL gun classes, anybody bigger than you boom, boom, boom. Body size is a form of a weapon under the law. They were two extremely big guys who were, nigga, go in the bedroom with your sister and your girl in. There are two bigger guys who are trained and skilled in mixed martial arts jiu-jitsu that can severely hurt you and kill you. Steroids, fentanyl, anger issues, abusive dad. You bring that trauma to school with you. You take it out on the football field, but you have a reputation of bullying people from, I think, about the 4th grade, these Austin twin brothers. So you can't just fight one. You have to fight two. But that's why this is a package deal. So 2 men approach you, bigger in size. You need to tell me you don't have the right to defend yourself. This is a George Floyd. The autopsy said he has fentanyl in the system. So another lie that they said, he brought the knife to school. He didn't have a knife. He had a Boy Scouts aid tool. Well, what's on that tool? They have 12 different components. You lift this one up, it may be a bottle opener. You lift this one up, it may be a screwdriver. And they're about this small.
He's talking about a Swiss Army knife, family. And usually on a Swiss Army knife, you're not even going to get 2 inches on anything you pull out of the Swiss Army knife. Pause. Let's make that clear.
Smaller than 3 inches. It was so small, you don't even see it when you take the picture next to the body because it laid next to the body right by the backpack. Sarah fails. Oh, they didn't know a nigga can do due diligence. Works like this. Oh, they didn't know what nigga can do due diligence. I went to Texas.
So why did you do your due diligence before you got up on that goddamn talk show, acting a damn fool and spreading the misinformation and propaganda on our brother Karmelo? Since you could do your due diligence, since Sarah Fields didn't know that you could do due diligence, why didn't you do your due diligence in the first damn place? We wouldn't be here today if you did your due diligence. That's why I'm saying anybody who listens to this man needs to get the damn head checked. They gotta be out of their rabbit ass minds. This man clearly shows you not only is he a flip-flop, but this dude, he has drug addict tendencies. I can't believe nothing that's coming out of his mouth. Pause. Because everything that he does contradicts what he once done or have done previously. Oh, that is a great analogy. He gives off a crackhead trying to sell a VCR in 2025 energy, talking about he got a color purple in Indiana Jones combo. Real stuff, family. That is a perfect analogy. That's the energy he gives off. Trying to sell something to somebody. Real stuff. Shout out AO. Exactly. Just a gesture. He is a straight gesture. He ain't made it to court gesture yet. He's just a gesture.
Listen, they taught me how to research. They taught me how to go into the library database and pull up other articles and things like that and go get the court papers. I know how to do what you do, Sarah. I just play a. He brought the knife to school. He didn't have a knife. He had a Boy Scouts aid tool. Well, what's on that tool? They have 12 different components. You lift this one up, it may be a bottle opener. You lift this one up, it may be a screwdriver. And they're about this small. They're smaller than 3 inches. It was so small, you don't even see it when they take the picture next to the body because it laid next to the body right by the backpack. Sarah fails. Oh, they didn't know a nigga can do due diligence works like this. Oh, they didn't know what nigga can do with due diligence. I went to Texas Western. They taught me how to research. They taught me how to go into the library database and pull up other articles and things like that and go get the court back. I know how to do what you do, Sarah. I just play an ignorant nigga online because it pays much more than what you make. I get 10,000, so I pay crazy nigga online. Then I
Family, didn't we say? And the last time I spoke about Charleston White, I said the same thing this Negro just admitted right now. That he's paid well to coon and buffoon. To coon and buffoon. So when I said, if you're listening to this man, you got to be out your rabbit ass mind. He just verified why. Because he knows better. And he chooses to coon and buffoon in order to get paid well. Scottish aid. Let me tell you something. Thomas Sowell is not a legend. He's not a genius, and you can get the hell up out of here with that nonsense. You are deleted. We're not even going to have this conversation. Usually I would invite you up to have a conversation. I ain't got time to have a conversation with you today. We're going to get through this. And since you're trying to change the conversation here, the truth, shut your dumb ass. I thought I blocked you. Let me block you right now. Maybe I'll unblock you another day and you could come back and have a debate with me about Thomas Sowell. But today we're having this conversation. Sit your dumb ass down. These are the people that Charleston White says are our allies. Salute to Still Kevin Trees. Thank you for being here, family. As well as salute to Black RU. Thank you for your super sticker, my family. I appreciate you, and your donation is blessed tenfold. I appreciate your contribution. Now, let's get back here.
come offline and be a great dad. See, my daughter just walked by right there. So my daughter just graduated high school last year. She's waiting to go to college. So while she's waiting to go to college, I put her in Paul Mitchell Beauty School. She just graduated that the other day. That's why she waits to go to college. But listen to me, right? So he didn't have a knife. There was a Boy Scout tool that most white people give their elementary kids. You lift it this way, you lift it this way, about 12 items on there. A knife just so happens to be on there. I think even a fingernail file on there. The knife was so small, it did not penetrate his heart. It was too small. It was a little small knife. They're not telling us this. They tricked me and had me going against a good kid. They really had me going against a good kid, so I'm fucked up.
How can somebody trick you if you do your due diligence, Charleston? How can somebody trick you? You over here talking about, ooh, you didn't know that I could do research. Ooh, I could do what you do, Sarah. Well, why didn't you? Now you're running around here talking about how people tricked you, swindled you, bamboozled you. When you yourself chose to be the tap dancer. You chose to tap dance because, as you say, it pays you more. Oh, yes. He's definitely exposing himself. That's why we're here today. Because the more they talk, the more they expose themselves. Eye bucking look himself. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he can help that, especially with that glass eye. Like it just looks like that consistently. He's a consistent bucker.
About this, my white Republican friends. I'm fucked up. This is what the Democrats did to the poor niggas with the rappers and come on, y'all are doing to you've been doing what the Democrats are doing to the blacks. Just give us the truth. We're smart.
Oh, now he's making it a left versus right thing, family. Now it's a left versus right thing. Instead of saying, Because as y'all heard before, he said, this is what the cracker does. Right? This is what the cracker does. All of a sudden, it went from this is what the cracker does. Well, first, it was the cracker is our only ally. They taught us how to read. To this is what the cracker does. So now he's trying to make it a left versus right thing. It's no longer just about the cracker in itself. It's a left. This is the Democrats. Come on, Republicans, y'all acting like the Democrats now. As if there's a distinction without a difference. Two wings on the same dirty ass pigeon. Two wings on the same dirty ass pigeon. Matter of fact, hold on, family. 1 second. Because this is coming straight off the Black Politics album. We're going to take a detour real quick. Just a quick one, family. Hold on 1 second. Let me go on here real quick. So that's real quick. Give me 1 minute, family. There we go. All right. So when this is finished loading, I'm going to remind folks exactly who the hell these people are. But let's let this dude continue since he's trying to make it left and right.
Conservative. It was a little small knife. They're not telling us this. They tricked me and had me going against a good kid. They really had me going against a good kid. So I'm fucked up about this. My white Republican friends. I'm fucked up. This is what the Democrats did to the poor niggas with the rappers. And come on, y'all are doing to, come on, you've been doing what the Democrats are doing to the blacks. Just give us the truth. We're smart enough conservative. And by the way,
politics all around, Democrats and Republicans, two wings on the ground, feathers in a mess, dirty bird on the fly, promises they preaching, but they never touch the sky. Two wings on the same, dirty pigeon we see, left or right it don't matter, they ain't fooling me. Shaking on the dance floor, truth in the rhythm, leaders in the suits now, ain't got no good wisdom. Keep the moods alive while they tell us lies. They smile and they wave, but it's the same disguise. Two wings on the same dirty pigeon we see, left or right it don't matter, they ain't fooling me.
I think we're the only ones that know that. I think we're the only ones that know. They're two wings on the same dirty damn bird. So I don't know why he's trying to say, come on, Republicans, y'all doing this like how the Democrats do it. They was doing it at the same damn time, being the same damn people, because their party means nothing. Their religion is the system of white supremacy. And they pick religion over party. I'm sorry for the detour, family, but you know, I just had to play that. I didn't even release that song yet. But god dang it, that had to be played. Two wings on the same dirty damn pigeon.
my voting record is all conservative. Mike Wallace, you name it. Mona Bailey, me and Mona Bailey. Shelley Pritchard, Jen Hall, I know all of them. Tarrant County GOP Republican, I know all of them. All of them. Sarah, I'm in the loop. I know about you too. Met Hoa, I'm in the loop.
All right, let's see what else he had to say about Sarah.
Now let's stop right there, boys and girls. Stop right there. They had me to believe, based on Sarah and all my Republican friends and the white media, and even some black people, they had me to believe that Carmelo Anthony woke up that morning and took a knife to school with the intention on defending himself from a bully. If that was the case, he's dead wrong, and that's what I believed. So I was adamant about, no, he took a knife to school. That's premeditated. You cannot be in fear and in danger and not tell nobody and take a weapon with the anticipation of hurting. You can't do that. You surely can't do it to the school. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons how you can prove he didn't bring a knife to school. They didn't charge him with a weapon. They would have stacked those charges on it had he brought the knife to school. And the police did not charge him with having a weapon on school grounds, which is a federal law and a state law. They would stack that on top of the murder rather than enhancing the charges.
But when we were saying this, oh, no. You just had it dead set in your mind that is a knife is a knife and a knife is a knife. And if he brought the knife, then it was premeditated because he brought the knife. You didn't even go because you keep talking as if these two go to the same damn school. You keep on speaking as if these folks saw each other every damn day, which means you did not go and do any research. You just went off running your mouth because your white friends told you to do so. And now you're talking about how they put a battery in your back, wind you up like a little toy, and let you just go at it as if you didn't have the ability to go and do your own research. Mister, they taught me how to study. They taught me how to research in all of these systems.
Come on, Sarah. I went to Texas Wesleyan now. Dr. Greg Goulion and Dr. Linton. I made the dean's list now. This is document. I made the dean's list. I was going to law school before I started my youth organization, creating youth programs and curriculums to help teach inside the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. And by the way,
I call cap. You were about to be a lawyer. You made the dean list and everything, but yet you couldn't do the basic information search. You couldn't do the basic research on the case. If you was going to be a lawyer, that means you know about the databases we use, right? So you would be able to go into those databases and get information to counter what you came out saying beforehand, would you not? That's what you said you did after. I doubt he's autistic. Autistic people tend to have some intelligence to them. This man is a plebiscite tether. Coon, one of those. I'll let y'all choose.
Hey, Sarah, I used to also teach and train the United States Department of Homeland Security Human Trafficking Division at Eastfield Police Training Academy by way of Special Agent Keith Owens, who now is an adjunct professor at UTA. I used to teach that for the Homeland Security.
So now you're admitting that you are an agent. Family, we're just getting all of the dirt today, ain't we? We just confirmed that he's been paid to buffoon and coon and tap dance, and now we're confirming that he's an agent. Hit that like button if you ain't hit that like button, because we out here breaking this. This is breaking news. Charleston White has admitted to not only being paid to tap dance, coon, and buffoon, but he admitted to being an agent and working with agents, federals, Homeland Security. Who else worked for Homeland Security? Amru Fudel? So you got Amru Fudel and you got Charleston White, both admitted agents, federals, Homeland Security. Salute to Uncensored Truth. Thank you for being here, family. So we just getting all the juice today, ain't we? They squeezing all the lemons.
It's all documented, but it's not about me. It's not about me, Sarah. It's not about me. So listen to me. So they didn't charge him with the weapon. So the gorilla in the line have scared his sheep. He's looking at the baboon for help. The baboon is afraid of these guys. All the monkeys and all the animals in this jungle is afraid of this silverback gorilla in this line. You know why? Because they are experts in trained jiu-jitsu. They come to school high on fentanyl. This is white people's George Floyd, by the way. Austin Metcalf is white people's George Floyd. He really died of a fentanyl overdose because the autopsy said he had fentanyl in his system. Steroid use. He was just cycling off because he's off of football. But during football season, Austin is steroiding up, buddies. His dad said they excelled in every sport. So with their physical abilities and capabilities and strength, based on what they teach you in the license to carry classes, the CATL gun classes, anybody bigger than you, boom, 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 boom. Body size is a form of a weapon under the law.
When we were saying the exact same thing, hold on, I said it clear cut. I said these boys have over 100 pounds on this kid. This kid was like 120. They're like 240. And this kid literally was surrounded by these two, according to the twins' account of the situation. But no, Charleston was running around here still spreading that propaganda. Still talking about it's wrong. I don't care about anything. He went to school knowing this. Knowing he was going to defend himself or stab somebody with the intent to stab somebody.
They were two extremely big guys who were, nigga, go in the bedroom with your sister and your girl in. They're two bigger guys who are trained and skilled in mixed martial arts jiu-jitsu that can severely hurt you and kill you. Steroids, fentanyl, anger issues, abusive dad. You bring that trauma to school with you. You take it out on the football field, but you have a reputation of bullying people from, I think, about the 4th grade. These Austin twin brothers. So you can't just fight one. You have to fight two. That's why this is a package deal. So two men approach you bigger in size. You mean to tell me you don't have the right to defend yourself? This is a George Floyd. The autopsy said he has fentanyl in the system. So another lie that they said, he brought the knife to school. He didn't have a knife. He had a Boy Scouts. He had a Boy Scouts aid tool. Well, what's on that tool? They have 12 different components. You lift this one up, it may be a ball opener. You lift it.
I salute the still Kevin Trees. CW doubles as a compass, and he still be lost as fuck. I bet you he can find his way to that crack house, though, huh? Without problems. All right, we can move on to the next video because now that video is going to get repetitive because we've seen that part of the video already. Now, family, I am not the only person who feels it's weird as hell that Charleston White all of a sudden has made a complete 180 out of nowhere. I'm not the only person that sees that. And since I'm not the only person that sees it and understands it, and family, I apologize. My phone just died. So if anybody sends any type of cash apps, I will not be able to see it. So for those who send them, thank you in advance. And then I'll send you a thank you when my phone charges up for a little bit. But family, we're not the only ones that's going to sit here and call it out because the real ones know. The logic ain't logicking. It doesn't make sense that he's now out of nowhere just 100% 180. Let's go here.
Hey, sure. Maybe like, yeah, Charleston White shooting. So Charleston White have been out there on social media doing his damn thing. But I can tell you, yes, this man, he low-key has social media on fire. As he has his match with Island Boys, as he's coming at Cam Newton, said when he sees Cam Newton on site, he is attacking Cam Newton, he is pepper spraying him, either tasing him or he's popping him. This is all after Cam Newton seen Island Boy fight and said, yes, he would get in the ring and he would tear Charleston White apart. But Charleston White said he took that as a threat from the Jolly Green Giant. Yes, he took that as a threat, and he bet Cam Newton don't want to see him now because he's going to guarantee, he's for sure, and he's positive he's going to attack Cam Newton. He said that. He said, yes, I got the threat. Yes, he took that as a threat. He's playing a small card, but he's saying he's going to attack me. Yes, he is. Hey, he's playing victim for real. That's just like Charleston White. So we know Charleston White to be antics. Yes, antics, even, yes, spitting on little girls, unenlightened. Yes, the man that passed away in Texas that with his daughter lost her life. Yes, Charleston White said F her. Yes, you cannot make this up. But Charleston White, I guess it's a new day. And like I said, the Lord having enlarged his heart two sides as he decides to apologize to Carmelo Anthony and the Carmelo Anthony family. As he said, he went down there and looked at all the evidence. And when he came back, he said, man, he said, my whole world changed. He said, yes, I was wrong. He said, I was wrong and I apologize. Yeah, them two big bullies. Yes, Carmelo Anthony had all right to unalive Boston Metcalf. And he should have got the other Metcalf. This is all Charleston White. Then he jumped on the daddy. He said, yeah, and the daddy is not a daddy. He said, yes, the daddy is not a daddy. He said, yeah, this two big old sons went in there and broke their own daddy on. You cannot make this up. Now, everybody knows Charleston White will play. Yes, he know how to poke. The culture poke the bear. Yes, he know how to poke at us and make us get mad. But the man do have some sanity there. Yes, he's not all crazy, even though his eye makes him look crazy. That's your eye, yes. This man is antics at his finest. But one thing I can say, yes, by keeping it real, he'll come out. When it's really down to the business, he really, yeah, when it look and really, Yeah, had a heart, change of heart. This cannot make this up. Big ups to Charleston White for coming out and apologizing to this young man. He's saying yes, he should be released. Yes, he should win this case. This is what Charleston White said. Yeah, he's going to win. He said that's why. That's why none of them want to release the footage. Yeah, there's.
This man is really gassing this dude up, ain't he? He wasn't even supposed to be in this damn segment, but since he's here, we'll let him finish before we get to the logic.
It should be released. He said, yeah, they don't want to release the footage, even though they see everything, they know everything. They just want to run the narrative. Yes, they want to run the narrative. Of course, they want the blacks to die down. Yes, they do not want us to see the video. That's one thing we do know, that none of the blacks can see the video. This is what they do not want the black culture to see the video. Charleston White's talking about. He said, yeah, they want to run the narrative, this and that. But yes, he said Carmelo Anthony is all in the right. Now you can't make this up. Like Charleston, like I said, Charleston White, social media on fire. He's moving around. He's trying to pick up 400-pound supermodels. You cannot make this up. Big ups, give this man his roses. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony and
I don't know if this dude's a tether or what, but he needs to sit the hell down too. He needs to sit the hell down. Everything that Charleston White has been saying, the black grassroots has already said. These people come around 15 steps behind us, and this dude talking about give him his flowers. While he was actively hindering the narrative. Yeah, Gilly the Squid. Damn, that's good. Oh man, you are on fire today, still, Kevin. You are on fire. Cause yes, he looks just like Gilly. He looked just like he didn't wrote a million and drunk a couple of purple caps. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm not even gonna let this dude finish. Let's get into the real logic.
Why is there no video of Charleston White meeting Carmelo Anthony's daddy? I want to see a video. Give me a picture or something. I just don't believe that he met with the daddy. Now, why this man went from one extreme to the next, I have no idea. But this shit doesn't make sense at all. I need him to explain what caused him to talk so crazy about the Anthony family. And then all of a sudden, you done jumped on the bandwagon that Carmelo Anthony is innocent. It's crazy. I also don't believe he met with Carmelo's daddy because he talked so bad about them people. The stuff this fool was saying about why would they want to meet up with you? Make it make sense. I'm calling bullshit. I don't believe he met with Carmelo Anthony's daddy. I just don't believe it. Now, why he jumped one ship and jumped onto another, I don't know. But he out here looking crazier than he always looks. He ain't putting no hat on now. All this missing. Cut this shit off, bro. It's time to let that hair go. Let the hair go. But stop the lies. You did not meet with Carmelo Anthony's daddy. Prove it.
Oh my gosh, she hit him over the head. She said he ain't wearing no hats. This part in the middle just missing. Shave it off. Yeah, I'm with her though. 100-fold. It doesn't make sense. With all the nonsense that you've been speaking, if you did meet with the father, it was in a more aggressive manner. The father might have just ran up on you to let you know how wrong you are. That right there, that may be been an issue. And you didn't want to get tapped. So you got up on there and did a major apology. And now all the information that you're bringing forth, you've just been listening to the black grassroots. And now you're bringing that information that you got from us forward. With the exception of, Sarah being a meth head and all that. But we already thought she was on drugs. I mean, hey. Let's go here, family.
Charleston White, I need you to shut the fuck up. All of a sudden now you want to get this half-ass apology to Carmelo Anthony and to his family. But one thing I'm going to clap the round of applause for hands for you is that you stated that the YT kid father wasn't around. Carmelo Anthony, who is my skin complexion, father was around. You went with the narrative of Carmelo Anthony being an aggressor without even seeing the motherfucking footage, without even seeing the evidence. So you wanted to be the judge in a jury. Okay? You want to do all that and you redeem that man as being guilty. This is a fucking child, a black child at that. A man.
I'm sorry, family. Hold on. Oh, damn! Oh, Kevin. Oh, you are killing me right now. This man said he got hair like a stray dog. Damn, oh man, he got that patchwork. Call him Patches McCoy. Damn it. He's only fooling himself. Damn. Kobe's. CW is an attention whore. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. He said hair like a stray dog. Damn it.
And at that, you sit up here and say that you advocate for the black community to uplift it. But you know what the fuck you do? You tear the black fucking community down because you the black man who's in the face of the community. And every time you look around, I always see you in some chaos and being fucking biased. And I think the way that you go about doing things is your way. And I can't say nothing about that because I have a potty mouth too. But I think you do this shit to keep your name alive, to keep your name going. But you fucked up with this one, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And once again, salute to Hurricane and chaos agents. Agents of chaos. Absolutely. But family, I don't know what he thought he was going to do. If he thought he was just going to come back to the black community and think that everything was going to be all peachy king and stuff. And we all looking at him like, nigga, who are you? What are you doing here? Get back on that side of the fence where you was at. Because you definitely don't think that you definitely shouldn't be thinking that you can walk straight through that gate. Hey, Smithers, release the hounds. Seeing how he got a haircut like a mangy hound anyway, release the hounds. Get this man off my property. But what happens when you bite the hand that feeds you, family? He's gotten the Nabiscos highly upset. Let's go here.
Got a couple of issues with Charleston White just recently switching sides in the Carmelo Anthony case. All of a sudden now apologizing to the family, saying that he had it all wrong and that he now believes Carmelo Anthony will be found innocent. And I want to start by saying I personally don't care what Charleston White feels in relation to this situation. I don't really care what anybody feels in this situation in terms of what they think actually took place here, because I feel like mostly nobody really knows.
Notice how the language is changing with these folks. I don't really care about what anybody says, because the truth is nobody really knows. Oh, y'all sure damn well knew. Y'all sure did damn well knew. Y'all had it all the way to this is murder. This is murder. Y'all kept screaming. The black community supports murderers. Now all of a sudden, nobody knows. Interesting.
There's video evidence that nobody has seen, but maybe a few people have seen. Like, this case really screams some suspicious shit to me.
Haven't we been saying that, family? Haven't we been saying if they had a videotape showing him doing it, they would have already released it? And now the Mayo Magites, the Nabiscos, are over here saying the same thing. Huh. Who really leads the culture?
Before have I seen a case where there is video evidence that's not plastered all over the internet. So I'm not.
Especially when it's a black man on the tape. Especially when it's a black kid on the tape. Y'all remember when they thought they had that tape of Mike Brown robbing the store? They released that tape so damn quick it made people's heads spins. because it justified the unaliving of him. If they could justify locking up the kid, Karmelo, they would have already released that damn tape, and everybody here knows it. And everybody there knows it.
Here to form an opinion one way or another as to what I believe in terms of guilt or innocence about Carmelo Anthony, because personally, I don't know. And I also don't really care whether Charleston White thinks Carmelo Anthony is guilty or innocent. However, this is a very diabolical situation right here. You know, the internet is forever. And I can't even imagine, actually, I can imagine the type of things that Charleston White, a guy like Charleston White, has probably said up until this point about Carmelo Anthony. One to just...
Oh, yeah. We don't have to imagine, because we saw it all. We saw it firsthand. Salute Sherry. She said, got the Nabiscos pissed. Now he's running back. Yeah, probably. Probably, but he ain't going to have no safe haven here. Exactly. We've been saying Carmelo is innocent, because if it was the other way around, it would be plastered all over the news. Exactly. Exactly. Just like Casey said, immediately would have been released. And they would have had all these different mainstream media outlets, the legacy media, sitting there saying, see, he was the aggressor. He was the thug.
Just jump the gun and speculate, all for what? Attention, clicks, drama. But here's the issues that I do have in this particular situation.
The same thing that you guys did. The same thing that you Nabiscos did. Jumped to conclusions. Made it a race situation. Didn't look at the facts in the case. Let's be very clear. Don't just say that Charleston jumped the gun. He jumped the gun because you guys jumped the gun and then stuck a battery in his back to continue to freaking jump the gun. Salute to our brother. We up next. DSB. So the very reason why America is under judgment, because they just can't stop effing us over. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the Most High is everything. Everything when it comes to being just. You may not see that ABK right away, but you're going to see that ABK.
First and foremost, forget the fact that Charleston White has probably talked more shit about Carmelo Anthony than most. And some kind of a way, he ends up in cahoots with the family. How did that actually come to be is very interesting to me. I don't know, but I definitely wonder. Was it Charleston White who reached out to the family first, or was it the family that reached out to him? And without even knowing, I've got to guesstimate that Charleston White's advocation at this point probably is coming with a price tag. And he's got
or an ass whooping. Salute to Corey George. Thank you for being here, family. I don't trust Charleston snitch. No, I don't either. Nobody in the black grassroots does, to be honest with you. That's why this isn't him coming out and apologizing. It's not just some situation where we can let that go. No, we got to literally go piece by piece and call him out for all the shenanigans and chicanery. The apology means nothing. The apology means nothing because you did more harm than that apology is going to do good. So I agree with you. I don't trust Charleston, and I don't believe anybody here in the black grassroots trusts that man either.
to know that they've got some kind of money given the $540,000+ that they've raised thus far, and yet still going after a public defender claiming that they're broke and indigent. These are the
that very same money that's tied up in the courts because lawyers who have nothing to do with the damn situation is sitting here telling the courts that they're using the money for X, Y, and Z. See, this is what this man is showing you, that while he's sitting there talking about I don't know what happened. Nobody knows what's happening. I'm not trying to form an opinion. You're sitting here still spreading the propaganda and the lies. So we know where you stand. Even if you say nobody knows what happens, through their deeds you shall know them. Through their deeds you shall know them. That's why I've said this several times before. I don't care what a person tells me who they are, or they say I'm this kind of person, I'm that kind of person. None of that matters to me. When I see your deeds, I can tell you exactly who you are. As Maya Angelou said, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. So I don't look to what you're saying to me, whether or not what you're saying to me is factual or not. No. I don't have time to do that because people babble so damn much. I look at your actions. By their deeds, you shall know them. And I see them by their deeds. So you're not getting over on nobody talking about, oh, nobody knows what happens and I'm not trying to form an opinion. Yeah, you are, sir. Your opinion's already formed and you already are spreading the same propaganda.
Type of issues that I have in this particular case. Raising money for a guy that took the life of somebody else, no matter how that ended up being, is already going to be looked at very skeptically by most. But then to go ahead and move into a man.
Daniel Penny, Derek Chauvin, Kyle Rittenhouse. The list goes on and on and on. And none of y'all cared about whether it was looked at skeptical or not. Y'all didn't care about those families and those people raising money. But since it's a black family, you got to pocket watch every dollar that goes into their pocket. They wouldn't have had to move if they didn't get doxxed. Y'all talking about how they had to move to a different location and all this other stuff. Why did they have to do all that? Because of people such as yourself.
And allegedly buying new vehicles. Now, I can't confirm the new vehicle purchase, but these are the things that we've all heard about. Another thing that really grinds my gears about this is the fact that...
Oh, so you're going off a hearsay, something that wouldn't be able to make it into a court of law. You don't say.
Family spokesperson had said, hey, look, we're not going to put out any information about this case. We're going to wait for trial because we don't want this thing to be tried in the court of public opinion. What the f*** do you think bringing Charleston White in was going to do? You want to talk
Oh, family. Okay, let them finish.
Talk about the most public of opinions. You got the right one there. I just got to tell you, it really seems like a lot of the things that are going on in this situation, and dare I say mostly involving the family, seem to be very contradicting to the things that they're actually saying. But if you don't want this case tried in the court of public opinion, why would you bring in a guy that you know, as soon as you talk to him, he is going to run to the internet and put all of that alleged information out there? And again, like I say, I don't have a problem with Charleston White siding with the Carmelo Anthony family. I've talked about this particular case a few different times on my YouTube channel, After Prison Show. And the one thing that I say most about this is I hate how racially divided this story has just amplified things here amongst everything else. Everything in this country is racist AF. And it's every little situation, though this is not a little situation, that just further drives the wedge deeper. And God forbid I even mention all of the narratives that have been posed in relation to the tragedy down in Texas. Just another example. But here comes Charleston White, your martyr, your spokesman, putting out information that nobody else has heard anything about, saying things like Carmelo Anthony did not have a weapon. He didn't even have a knife. Well, he did have a knife. He had a freaking Swiss Army knife. What did he refer to it as? Like a utility tool or some shit? Like a Swiss Army knife is essentially what he's saying Carmelo Anthony has. He said, yeah, you know.
A Swiss Army knife is not a weapon. A Swiss Army knife is a tool. Now, is there a knife on the Swiss Army knife? Yes, but there's also scissors. There's also a corkscrew. There's also, what are those things called? The fingernail files. There's a lot of different things on a utility knife. So what the hell is this man talking about? It's still a knife. The knife ain't even over 3 inches. It's not even over 2. Really? I think it's an inch and a half on a utility knife. I'm going to look that up in a second.
Oh, it had a little knife on it, but it also had a fingernail file. He also makes the bold claim.
Hey, Mike, come on up here and have a conversation with me, sir. Come on up here and tell me exactly how you've come to the conclusion of that. I want you to bring your cell phone up here. You got 1.5 minutes to do so, or you're going to the gulag. Let me be very clear with you. You want to come and make a blanket statement? Come and defend your blanket statement. And then also bring your facts and evidence with you. Because I'll chew you up better than a lawyer can inside of the courtroom. So come on and bring your facts up. Come and tell us why Karmelo will be going to prison for murder just like he should be. Come on. You got literally 1 minute. See, you're mad because the true information is coming out. All of your goddamn propaganda and your anti-black racism isn't going to stop him from getting the information out. Because guess what? There's something in the court called discovery. We're going to get the information regardless. And that's why a lot of your folks, people in your community, is backtracking right now. Because they know it's coming down. So come on up. No. You don't get to talk. You do not get to talk in this chat. Bring your ass up here, Mike. You got 30 seconds. And if you're not up here in the next 30 seconds, the next time you pop up, you're going to be banned. Come on up. Defend your stance. You see, white supremacist nonsense can't stand firm to truth. That's why y'all live in lies. That's why y'all stay in a psychosis. Everything that you guys see, you have to put it through the lens of a white supremacist. Because if you could live in true reality, you would be smothered by truth. To the Maz, if he popped back up in the chat, ban him. Let's get back over here to this Nabisco.
The knife on this Swiss Army knife type of device, what happened to the cleat sharpener? Wasn't that a thing? He also makes the bold claim saying that this Swiss Army knife blade wasn't even big enough to penetrate Austin Metcalf's heart. Referring to Austin.
First and foremost, you actually could use a Swiss Army knife to sharpen your cleats. Thank you, Miss Nisi. Appreciate you, my sister. You actually could use a cleat sharpener to excuse me, what is it called? Swiss Army knife in order to sharpen your cleats. The knife on there, you could use that. You could use the file in order to file the cleats. So yeah, you definitely could. And it could be deemed a cleat sharpener if somebody thought that that's what he was using it for, or if they only saw him sharpening the cleats. So somebody might have saw that and thought it was a cleat sharpener. But yet and still, it doesn't change the fact that if it's a goddamn Swiss Army knife, then yeah, it's only 1.5 inch on the Swiss Army knife.
Metcalf as Fentanyl Metcalf And also the white people's George Floyd. I mean, this guy really knows how to enunciate some diversity in the shit that he says. He says that the white man's George Floyd, fentanyl Metcalf, did not die from the knife wound, but instead died from some sort of a fentanyl overdose, or maybe it was steroids. Jeez Louise, if this shit ain't as crazy as it gets, whose outlandish idea was this to let Charleston White take to the internet and put out all of this information that nobody else has heard about? I mean, these are...
Family, I didn't hear him say that he wasn't unalived by I didn't hear him say that he was unalived by steroids in the system or anything like that. No, he was saying how, and I don't like Charleston, and y'all know I don't, but god dang it, truth is truth. He was literally talking about how he had steroids in his system. That's what he said. He didn't say he died because of the steroids in his system, like you guys did with George Floyd. Oh, yeah. Salute to you, Sharon. That's actually a good flip. Now they can see how it feels when they said what they said about George Floyd. Exactly. Exactly.
Diabolical statements that this man is making. And all I can say is, who's to know? Has he seen some video evidence that none of us have seen? He says that he's been meeting with the family, primarily the father. I haven't seen him mention anything about seeing the video. I mean, maybe he has. Maybe he knows something that all of us don't. And clearly he's saying that he does with all of this information that he's putting out there, folks. I just don't know what to make of this. Do you believe what Charleston White is saying, or is this just for clicks? Is Charleston White essentially playing for clicks? I've heard that before. Where have I heard that? Folks, this is a story that I definitely want to deep dive. I'm going to be doing so today on After Prison Show over on YouTube. Definitely check that out. Wanted to share this with you guys here first. And folks, if any of what this man is saying, or all of it, turns out to be true, how crazy is it to think that they went with Charleston White to first start putting this information out there? And I guess it does make sense. He probably has the following for this. Are we trying to turn the narrative, steer it away from the fact that we got a public defender with $500,000? I think that that's a plausible scenario as well.
First and foremost, having a public defender with $500,000 that you can't access means nothing. What the hell is this dude even talking about? He keeps trying to take it back to the $500,000, but he refuses to acknowledge that they have not received or been given access to the $500,000. But he's not trying to pick a side. This is what the Nabisco do. See, Charleston should have been talking about these folks in the manner in which he was speaking about them consistently, because then he would have been right. But you can't jump back and forth over the fence and think that we're going to agree with you. We already know what the Nabisco does. We see it on average. Let's go here, family.
Y'all seen where Charleston White's coming out and saying that Carmelo Anthony's actually innocent, and he recants and takes away all the words that he said before. And now that he looked at the video, allegedly, he recants what he says, and Carmelo Anthony's actually innocent and the victim of two overzealous bullies. They've even and I haven't done any research on any of this. They've also turned on the father of Austin Metcalf and say that the father is actually there's a lot of choice words they have for him, but they said that he was actually an absentee father. He ain't been in their lives, and that actually Austin put his hands on his daddy before and broke ligaments. And when they said broke ligaments, you don't break ligaments, you tear them. But something happened with an altercation between him and the father. Man, this thing is just drama soup. What's real? What isn't real? I have no idea.
It's drama soup, all right, family. Let's go here.
Looks like Karmelo went and got himself a new frontman. Bye-bye, Mr. Dominique Alexander. Hello, Charleston White. Holly boy. Can't be serious. You guys seen this video yet? Let's break this down, man. This is insanity.
I seen you speak on that.
He going to jail. My bad. That was the first video that Charleston White put out about Carmelo Anthony, saying he was going to jail because he brought a poker to a track field of a high school.
Yeah, he just indicted.
Oh, I've always known about the kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting his father regularly. So you're meeting with his father regularly, and you think he's going to tell you some inside information about his son who's indicted on first degree. You know what? And he's just going to tell all the tea and everything that there is to tell. He's going to tell you about the Metcalf family. He knows them so. But they didn't know them. So how can he tell you anything? Oh, he can't. That's why it's called a one-sided story, genius. That island boy wrapped you upside your head. He must have knocked you half. You know what? I was on the prison.
Poker.
He He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over with big white boys. He was a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side, one of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had it locked in. And these are big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys.
This is too easy, man. First you say, he didn't bring it. The next thing you say, two big boys, real big, violent boys, because you know them, right? Gotta be violent if they play football, right? Two big boys have blocked in each side, nowhere to go, right? How you get the poker? They fall out of the sky. It was greater bubbles that day, nobody told us. Is that what happened? I could keep going, but what's the point right now? Like, everything this guy says has been debunked over 100 times. I'm sure he didn't go meet with the Metcalf family. Anytime you get one side of the story, they're going to tell you the side of the story that they want you to hear. It is very odd to me that they fired Dominique Alexander and that.
What's been debunked? If none of you have seen the videos, if none of you knows what the witness statements are, how could all of this be debunked? Oh, because you're spreading a narrative. Got it. Gotcha.
They hired Charleston White. This is a strange move for me. I'm not sure what the plan is. It's going to get interesting. Nobody's getting any more information about this until we have the actual trial. And I think that's set up for you. So keep your nose clean, keep your head up, keep your ears to the street.
All right, family. So that's that. I was going to play some clips from Brandon Tater Tots, but I think I'm not going to do it here because I'm running out of time. I got to run off to pay a bill in a little bit. So I'm not going to do the Bradham Tater Tots, but he also has something to say on the situation. And he's a person, once again, who don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's trying to speak like he knows the law, but he doesn't. And it's surprising because he used to be a police officer. So you would think that one would know the law, but he doesn't know the law. A lot of these police officers really don't know the law at all. And that's why police officers really don't like lawyers and lawyers really don't like police officers, to be honest with you. But if you want to see what Tater Tots had to say, go ahead and go look it up. He did talk about it and he did bring his white supremacist talking points. But guess what? Since we heard from the real white supremacists, we don't need to hear from the coons, right? We already heard from enough coons today. Charleston was enough coon for today. I don't need to hear anything else from any other coons today. But let's go here, family, because Charleston did touch on somebody. It did get really messy up in this piece. Tiffany Billions comes out and dropped this. She says, Sarah Fields plays victim after doxing Carmelo Anthony's family. Now the bitch is acting scared because Charleston White uncovered her BS. Just wait until she loses her Republican chair. Let's see what she says here. I am looking for an attorney. Defamation has consequences. Well, you are one to talk. You are one to talk. Oh, wow. Okay. Defamation has consequences. And if I need to crowdsource for the fund, I will. Oh, so you see a little ring-a-ding-ding-ding, huh? You see a little payday for you. You see that you can get the bag out of this, huh? Charleston White posted this an hour ago. It's at 100K views and counting. The entire video spews lies about the Metcalf family in Austin. He mentioned my name at least 100 times. He fantasized about white people dying, saying he wanted to watch white people get shot in real life. Family, I played the clips for you. Did you hear that at all? Salute Dwight Dorsey. Thank you for being here, family. Did you hear the Sudanian Uncle Ruckus say that he wanted to watch white folks get shot? I didn't hear that whatsoever. Out of all the dumb stuff I did hear, that wasn't one of them. He called me a methed out whore. Told everyone I was on drugs and said my information is coming from someone on the inside, someone from the inside, excuse me. I can't even repeat everything he said without going against TOS on this platform. That's bad. I want an attorney and discovery will be revealing. He placed a target on me My unborn child, oh, all of a sudden you're pregnant, huh? And my family, I think she's trying to tug on some heartstrings so she can start a GoFundMe or something and get some money. My unborn child. I was about to say something real messed up. Most High, please forgive me, because you know the child is innocent, but still, being born to a woman like that, how innocent could it be? I'll let y'all imagine what popped in my head, what I was going to say, and said, nah, that's a little much. I'm not going to stop reporting, but I'm also not going to sit here and continue to allow this libel to be spewed about me when violent people are clearly involved. Ma'am, you've been spewing libel about the Carmelo Anthony family for a while. Salute Casey Malone. He said she just got gas and not pregnant. Oh, Jesus. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Rhetorics like this. Shalom to our sister. Rhetorics like this starts all the race riots in America. Yep. The children of Cain always begging. Always begging. Let's see here. If they can't silence me, they will incite me to get what they want. Interesting. They know what they're doing. How much were you paid, Charleston? Actually, that's a question that we have for him on y'all side. How much were y'all paying Charleston? And what did y'all do to make him say, I'm going to make a complete 180? Did y'all try to fondle his butthole or something? I don't know. Pause. Full link of his videos in the comments. If an attorney wants to help me sees if an attorney wants to help, sees this and believes I have a case, please reach out. You don't have a case. You don't have a case. And if you have a case, then guess what? The Carmelo Anthony family has a case. Carmelo Anthony's family has more of a case because you're hindering a fair trial by spreading false information claiming that it's private. And so let's go here. Apparently, Sarah Fields got some background going on. And Tiffany, they've been on her head because they mad at her. So she, I guess, released this. The CPS investigator who confiscated Sarah Fields' children after she left them home 2 to 3 times per week every week is referred to as Drew in the offense reports. Excuse me. Oh, shoot. Burping my butt off. Does she hate Drew Allen or Drew Anthony? Which one? And this is the damn. Oh, that's a little too small for me to see. I don't even think I can. Yep, that makes it smaller. Let me see if I can. Okay. We can make it bigger. There we go. Approximately 20-40 hours, I assisted Officer Don on a welfare concern called at 1909 Shiloh Road. Oh, no wonder why they was standing up for Shiloh Hendricks so hard. She lived on Shiloh Road. Smith County, Texas. On arrival, Holly Roberts and Jerry Skinner were holding 2 children waiting on our arrival. The children were blank. Oh, excuse me. Identified as 7-year-old blank, 2-year-old blank, blank. We were told that blank had been seen banging, have been seen banging on the bedroom window from the inside of the apartment 169 where her children lived. Holly said that she and Jerry went to the apartment and had contact with the children and found no adults at the home. The officer and I searched the apartment for other children and or adults and left when we found no one else. The children's bedroom and the one where blank was first seen in smelled strongly of urine. Smelled strongly of urine. The kids run around pissing in the corners. The officer spoke to another neighbor who replaced. Let me see here. I'm sorry, excuse me. The officer spoke to another neighbor who replaced a soiled diaper on the 2-year-old. Holly and Jerry related to me that they relayed to me that they seen the children knocking, and they took them out of the apartment. Were the doors open? Was the doors open? Exactly. Straight neglect. Why isn't she in prison? Good question. Me too. I absolutely do. Holly said that she and the neighbor believe that the mother, Sarah, had been gone since about 1830 hours. I asked blank where her mother was, and she said that she was at college. She was in college while her damn babies were at home pissing in the corners by them themselves. Where's the father? Since we're speaking about fatherless homes, where's the father? Saluting real stuff. Can't throw stones in this internet age. Yes, soiled diapers. Yep, evil child of Cain. Salute to Miss Niecy. As I always say, Nabiscos don't parent, they breed demon seeds. That is another great point, Miss Niecy. Shout out to you. Let's skip down here. I contacted Don Murphy in apartment 83. Don gave me a telephone number to Sarah Jones. I telephoned Jones and told her that I was with her children who were safe, but she needed to return home immediately. Sarah asked if Amber was there. I only responded by telling her that she needed to return home immediately. A few minutes later, TPD dispatchers put a call through to me, and it was Sarah Jones. I believed by the conversation that Sarah was trying to glean information from me. Information from me. I again told her only that the kids were fine and she needed to return home. Sarah told me that she was Sarah told me that she was on her way from the hospital where she had been with the friend who was having trouble with diabetes. Then why did your daughter say you were at school? So why did your daughter say that you were at school? I advised the officer to contact Child Protective Services, which he did. I was later told that an investigator from CPNS was en route. Sarah arrived on the scene and was spoken to by the officer in the parking lot so that possible future problems with the neighbors could be avoided. CPNS Investigator Drew Allen arrived on the scene. Allen spoke with the neighbors and with Jay Blank. Allen then spoke with Sarah. I advised Allen that my opinion was that the children had been placed in an unsafe situation and that Sarah Jones would be arrested for abandoning a child. Oh, bravo. Hold up. Hold the phones. Where we're at. There we go. Salute to that damn officer for arresting that woman. She deserved to go to jail. She deserved to go to jail and have her children placed somewhere where they would be safe. Investigator Allen made arrangements for the children to be kept for the night. Oh, so the children wasn't taken into CPNS custody? The officers transported Sarah Jones to Smith County Jail. That was it, huh? Yep. All right. Well. Uh-oh. That's not where I wanted to be. This is where I wanted to be, right here with my loved ones. All right, family. So that's that, family. So apparently it's just a lot of drama going on. We got Charleston coming out talking about the Nabisco is our only ally. He taught us how to read, only to turn around and say this is the nature of the Nabisco, only then to turn around and try to make it about left or right. And then he start calling out this unfit mother, which he should. Okay, cool with all that. Family, this whole situation, the foundational Black American, we are unmatched. The Black grassroots is unmatched. The new Black media is unmatched. When I said, if you're listening to these people, you need to get your head checked, you out of your rabbit ass mind, I meant that full-heartedly. And a lot of these folks who believe that they're able to move around and act a certain kind of way and then come back to the Black American society, come to foundational Black Americans with a bunch of rhetoric that's going against the rhetoric that they was already speaking, thinking that they can come back to us with that. No. We're shutting it all down. I don't care if Charleston White got his ass beat, which made him apologize, or if he's being paid. Because he's already said, if you pay him enough, he's going to do whatever he's going to do. So in that sense, if you are listening to Charleston White, I know none of you guys are here, family, but to whoever's listening, if you ever take Charleston White serious, you might need to go get a lobotomy. That might be for you. 100-fold. Salute to Miss Nisi. Truth be told, in my opinion, Nabiscos don't need to procreate, period. Damn, Miss Nisi. Damn the low birth rates for Nabiscos. Just more fuck shit. I'm just saying. All right, Miss Nisi, tell me how you really feel, my sister. Shoo. Much love to my sister, Miss Nisi. She don't be holding any punches. You see why Torian done deemed her Hurricane Nisi, right? Salute, Iconic Sus. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Screw Charleston. Screw him and anybody else that they use to try to push these type of propagandas, narratives, and things like that, only for them to turn around and have to backtrack because something had happened. And when I find out what happened, I'm going to be right back here to bring it to you guys. I kind of feel like it was that if he did talk to the father, if he was in contact with the father must have ran up on him. That's just my opinion. my hope and belief. But family, with that being said, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you hit that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, thank you all for being here. Like I said, thank you all for the laughs. Oh man, there are so many great zingers, today. Still Kevin Trees, you bringing them zingers, man. I'm gonna give you that. I gotta give you that. You brought some zingers today. All of y'all brought zingers today, to be honest with you. But still, Kevin, bro, man, you hit me in the rib cage. Pause. That shit was just hilarious. I appreciate all you guys for being here. I appreciate all the donations. I appreciate the super chats. The super sticker. Everybody who sent over to the Cash App, thank you. Like I said, my phone is dead, so I wasn't able to see everybody who's been sending. But if you sent, thank you. I appreciate your contribution. And to everyone on the replay gang, I appreciate you too. Trust me, I've been seeing the numbers run up. I appreciate each and every one of you. And family, when I say, as soon as I find out what happens, I'll be knocking on the door and be like, hey, we might do a special live. God dang it. It'll be an emergency live. It'll be breaking live. A breaking live to tell you guys exactly what it was that made him change 180 degrees in his direction. But with that being said, family, my beautiful, beautiful FBA family, much love to each and every one of you. Stay safe. Keep these coons out of your ear, because trust me, they're going to try to, tap dance over to you every so often to see if sugar is still sweet. Just make sure you're protected, family, and make sure you're protected mind, body, soul, and spirit. With that being said, family, be one. The doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. It doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever can't stand us black people, he's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing, us black people going to survive. Yeah. So fuck everybody. I'm out.